Welcome back. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Mishpachah. You know, I just wanted to send some exhortation out there, some love, some good heart feels to all of my Akim and my sisters and those who are really in this truth, walking in this truth, right, with sincerity. Not those out here just trying to, get some clicks and some likes and feel like they're doing something and feeling important. I'm talking about the ones who are really doing this labor of love, And real quick, we're going to wash up. We'll dip in. We're going to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm going to give glory and thanks to the Ruach HaKodesh, right? Our comforter who gives us wisdom every single day we keep walking. And sometimes you may feel lonely and forgotten. There's a lot of us out here. You're not alone. Never feel alone. We're just hidden right now under the branches of the Most High. We're underneath his wing. And we're in his right hand. And nobody can pull us out of that hand. That's a grip that you can't deal with right there. That's a tight grip, So keep walking forward. Keep pushing forward with fervence, dedication, and discipline. Control yourself. Control your tongue. We have a lot of conversations every single day. We need to be aware of everything that comes out of our mouth because, right, it says it's not what goes inside of a man that defiles him. It's what comes out of a man that defiles him. Humble yourself and discipline your tongue. But anyway, we're going to jump into chapter 31 right away. All right, so thanks, and let's begin. In chapter 31 reads, And he heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob hath taken away all that thou was our father's, and of that which was our father's hath he gotten all this glory. And Jacob beheld the countenance of Laban, and behold, it was not toward him as before. And the Most High said unto Jacob, Return unto the land of thy fathers, and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee. And Jacob sent, and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock, and said unto them, I see your father's countenance, that it is not toward me as before, but the Most High of my father hath been with me. And ye know that with all my power I have served your father. And your father hath deceived me, and changed my wages 10 times. But Yahweh suffered him not to hurt me. If he said thus, The speckled shall be thy wages, then all the cattle bear speckled. And if he said thus, The ringstraken shall be thy hire, then bear all the cattle ringstraken. Thus the Most High hath taken away the cattle of your father, and given them to me. And it came to pass, at the time that the cattle conceived, that I lifted up mine eyes, and saw in a dream, and behold, the rams which leaped upon the cattle were ringstraken, speckled, and grizzled. And the angel of the Most High spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. And I said, Here I am. And he said, Lift up now thine eyes, and see, all the rams which leap upon the cattle are ringstraken, speckled, and grizzled. For I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the Most High of Bethel, where thou anointest the pillar, and where thou vowedest a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not counted of him, strangers? And he hath sold us, and hath quite devoured also our money. For all the riches which the Most High hath taken from our father, that is ours and our children's. Now then, whatsoever the Most High hath said unto thee, do. Then Jacob rose up and set his sons and his wives upon camels. And he carried away all his cattle and all his goods which he had gotten, the cattle of his getting, which he had gotten in Padan Aram, for to go to Isaac his father in the land of Canaan. And Laban went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's. And Jacob stole away unawares to Laban the Syrian, and that he told him not that he fled. So he fled with all that he had, and he arose up and passed over the river and set his face toward the Mount Gilead. And it was told Laban on the third day that Jacob was fled, and he took his brethren with him and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and they overtook him in the Mount Gilead. And Yahweh came to Laban the Syrian in a dream by night, and said unto him, Take heed that thou speak not to Jacob, either good or bad. Don't say nothing. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mount, and Laban with his brethren pitched in the mount of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, What hast thou done, that thou hast stolen away unawares to me, and carried away my daughters as captives taken with the sword? Wherefore didst thou flee away secretly, and steal away from me, and didst not tell me, that I might have sent thee away with mirth, and with songs, and with tabret, and with harp? And hast thou suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters? Thou hast now done foolishly in doing so. It is in the power of my hand to do you hurt. But the Most High of your fathers spake unto me yesternight, saying, Take thou heed that thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad. And now, though thou wouldest needs be gone, because thou sore longest after thy father's house, yet wherefore hast thou stolen my goods, my gods? And Jacob answered and said to Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Peradventure thou wouldest take by force thy daughters from me. With whomsoever thou findest thy gods, let him not live. Before our brethren discern thou what is thine with me, and take it to thee. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them. And Laban went into Jacob's tent, and into Leah's tent, and into the 2 maidservants' tents, but he found them not. Then went he out of Leah's tent, and entered into Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the images, and put them in the camel's furniture, and sat upon them. And Laban searched all the tent, but found them not. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my lord, my Adon, that I cannot rise up before thee, for the custom of women is upon me. She was in her cycle, basically. And he searched, but found not the images. And Jacob was wroth, and chode with Laban. And Jacob answered and said to Laban, What is my trespass? What is my sin, that thou hast so hotly pursued after me? Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff, what hast thou found of all thy household stuff? Set it here before my brethren and thy brethren, that they may judge betwixt us both. This 20 years have I been with thee. Thy ewes and thy she-goats have not cast their young, and the rams of the flock have I not eaten. That which was torn of the beasts I brought not unto thee. I bear the loss of it of my hand. Didst thou require it, whether stolen by day or stolen by night? Thus I was, and the day that drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep departed from mine eyes. Thus have I been 20 years in thy house. I served thee 14 years for the 2 daughters, and 6 years for the cattle, and thou hast changed my wages 10 times. Except the Most High of my father, and the Elohai of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac, have been with me, surely thou hast sent me away now empty. Yahweh hath seen my affliction, and the labor of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight. And Laban answered, and said unto Jacob, These daughters are my daughters, these children are my children, these cattle are my cattle, and all that thou seest is mine. And what can I do this day unto these my daughters, or unto the children which they have borne? Now therefore come thou, let us make a covenant, and I thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee. And Jacob took a stone, and set it up for a pillar. And Jacob said unto his brethren, Gather stones. And they took stones, and made a heap. And they did eat there upon the heap. And Laban called it Jagar Sahudutha. But Jacob called it Galeed. And Laban said, This heap is a witness between me and thee this day. Therefore was the name of it called Galeed. And Mizpah, for he said, The Most High watch between me and thee, when we are absent from one another. If thou shalt afflict my daughters, or if thou shalt take other wives beside my daughters, no man is with us. See, the Most High is witness betwixt me and thee. And Laban said to Jacob, Behold this heap, and behold this pillar, which I have cast betwixt me and thee. This heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap to thee, and that thou shalt not pass over this heap and this pillar unto me for harm. The Most High of Abraham and the Most High of Nahor, the Most High of their father, judge betwixt us. And Jacob sware by the fear of his father Isaac. And Jacob offered sacrifice upon the mount, and called his brethren to eat bread. And they did eat bread, and tarried all night in the mount. And early in the morning Laban rose up, and kissed his sons and his daughters, and blessed them. And Laban departed, and returned unto his place. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's chapter 31. And, it's really cool just to kind of just like get into it and really see the dialogue and the interaction between these two Israelite men, right? There's a lot of respect, but at the same time, a lot of fear. Laban, he was just like, man, you're going to leave out of here with my kids, my grandkids and my girls, these maidservants and all this cattle I gave you, man. And you didn't even let me say goodbye. So he felt emotional. He wanted to come at Jacob. He wanted to come get that boy. And Jacob just said, hey, look, man, no disrespect. I had to leave. I was worried you were going to hurt me and not let me leave peacefully. So I had to look out for my family, right? But then when they realized, when he realized and Laban saw the respect in Jacob, he said, all right, man, you go your way. I bless you, man. And they made a feast, and they set up that rock heap of stones, saying, hey, look, man, this is going to be like our little midline. This is half field, right? You stay on that end zone, I stay on this end zone over here, and just make sure that none of us come across this 50-yard line for hurt. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do nothing like that. And that's what I get. And we're going to jump back into 32 really soon. This labor of love will continue, y'all. Anyway, shalom, 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 Mishpachah.